We're here with Muzzer after a fantastic 1-1 result, which I think neither side would be too happy with a 1-1, or would you think it's a fair result, Muzz?
I've said there at the end, Giles, look, travelling here today, you come into top of the league, a real efficient outfit with some outstanding footballers. We knew we had to be right at our best for big parts of the game to achieve anything out of the game. I thought first half, we were well worthy of being. We were disappointed at half time, really disappointed at half time not to be at least one goal in front, and I do genuinely mean we should have been at least one in front. We've had 5, 6 really good opportunities that we do have to take accountability of, and we have to, and I've said before in these interviews that we have to start when we're on top in games, which we were. First half I thought we were fantastic, and I'd be surprised if anyone else thought any different. And then second half, we're coming up against, like I said, a top side who were always going to go above the levels that they achieved in the first half, which they did. And they were on top in the first half, on the second half, sorry, and probably a draw is a fair result overall. I'm just disappointed because when you play that well against such a good side in the first half and have so many decent chances, we've got to try and get out in front and take the game away from the teams, which we just didn't do. Second half, we come out, we battled. I said that to the guys, one thing you have to do is you come to places like this is not give them anything, and you have to do all the mundane stuff, and you have to try and win as many personal battles as you can all over the pitch, and you've got to run as much as them, if not more. And I thought our boys were a credit for that. There were some real tired legs there at the end. We've come off the back of playing 2 real possession-based teams, and today, we've played, like I said, a real efficient, forward-thinking team, and that asks lots of questions of you, and they genuinely do not stop running. But for our boys to stick in there and get a point, and like I said, give them nothing. And I think when we look back at that goal they've scored, I think the centre half has put an unbelievable ball on the money for the centre forward to head it out.
So let's go through the talking points of the game. In the first half, it's got to be just before half time. Literally on half time, they get awarded a penalty, and Ben comes up trumps. That's 3 on the trot.
3 on the trot, Goody, yeah, and to be honest, sickening. When that penalty was given, it was a penalty. I think the guy completely shanks the pass, and it ends up through with someone, and Alfie tries to clear it a little bit high, and there's no qualms there. That's a penalty, and Goody's guessed right again, and credit to Goody's made a great save.
And then in the second half, we go ahead with Gio. Looked like it was one of our number of corners that has actually come off to something at the end, but
yeah, we were a major problem for them all game with set pieces. If I'm honest, first half we caused them some real issues, and that comes down to the organisation of the boys and carrying that out, and the delivery. I mean, Connor Roberts' deliveries, he put one on the money, completely on the money in the first half, and then for the goal, our setup has caused them to change their setup, which has meant their keepers had to come, I believe, and get a hand on it, and it's fell to Gio. To be fair, at that part of the edge of the box, you've just got to try and make it go goalwards, and he did, and it finds the back of the net.
And you've already touched upon their goal at the end. It was a fabulous header. But so we're now 16 games in, 9th in the table, I believe. Reflection on where we are at the minute. Happy where you are?
You telling me we're 9th? How can I not be? For us, Chesham United, to be sitting 9th after 16 games is it's a great start. It's a fantastic start. We would have snapped your hand off to be sitting 9th with the calibre of teams we're playing against. So we can't deny that. But I think as a management team, and players, there's boys disappointed there at the end with not winning the game. So as a club, we've got to be delighted that where we are in the league, but as this group of players and management, we've got to strive for more and don't be happy with ninth. We've got to try and keep climbing, and every game as it comes. We've got another almighty tough one again on Saturday, but this run where we've been Saturday, Tuesday for 2 weeks, I think we've picked up 7 points. That right, 2 draws, 2 wins, a draw and a defeat. That's not horrendous form, and it's something, you know, just we need to kick on, Charles. We're happy with where we are, but we want to go more.
So as you say, it's happy where we are. Lots to look forward to. Thinking it's a year ago to the day we were live on TV. How big a progress do you think you as managers and the players have come on in that year?
Yeah, I think we've changed quite a bit personally. I think we've changed quite a bit of how we go through the game. We've obviously changed personnel. Of course, we didn't get the cup run that we have over the last 2 years. You know, we come up against a really good, strong side in that. But I do think we've developed in many different areas of the pitch, and some personnel, but some structure. And I think we've improved. But like I said, improvement for us and the team is not enough. We want to just keep going again and keep improving and try and pick up as many points as we can.
And a quick thought ahead for Saturday's home game against Salisbury.
I'm not sure how they got on today, but again, I mean, listen, you listen to all the interviews, everyone says the same thing. So every game's tough in this league. So we've just got to prepare right as we normally do. We're at home. We want as many supporters there as we possibly can. You know, we've got the quiz and stuff after, so we'd love as many supporters there at the club and in the bar after the game. And you know, these players will try and put on a show, but most importantly, do the club and the badge proud.
Thanks for your thoughts. We'll chat again after Saturday.
Cheers, mate.